Hello and welcome back, everybody. In today's video, I started this filming as though it would be a deep clean of my bedroom, my primary bedroom, but it just kind of morphed into a refresh of the bedroom. So I am starting off with folding my laundry, and some of the laundry has been sitting in the baskets since around early this year, Christmas time, because I have Christmas shirts and things like that that I'm pulling out of the baskets. And let's just say that I am horrible at folding. I'm horrible at doing dishes. It's just who I am. I try to do them, but I get distracted and don't finish the tasks when they are done. So that's just something that I'm having to learn and get into a different habit, and it's just not working at the moment. But you know what? That's things like that happen throughout your adult life, and you just kind of, do things to get by. But again, this did start off as a clean with me, but throughout this video you will be seeing me do things to refresh the room, which is probably right after all of this. I will move the bed and actually start tearing the peel and stick wallpaper off of the wall. And the main reason why I'm doing that is because I'm ready for a change, for one, but also the wallpaper with all the humidity and all of that I kind of had to put into this room after I got sick with one of the viruses that came around in 2020, and I didn't catch it until 2023, I think. And but for an entire year I had to sleep with my humidifier on at almost full blast, with keeping my room very humid. And that was also the same year that I put up the peel and stick wallpaper. So with all the humidity and all that, the paper is just not sticking like it should be, and the seams are starting to pull apart and all of that. So I just was like, you know what, let's go ahead and I have the bed pulled away, let's pull the wallpaper out and let's paint the wall. So you're gonna see me go through and do all of that. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video and that it brings you some motivation to get up and get something done along with me. This is kind of in the one task at a time type thing, where I am trying to focus on getting my house back to a manageable cleaning cycle. Really, it's been kind of all over the place with new job and everything in 2024, new job, tree in the house, things have happened, and it's just trying to get back on track. And I'm like, you know what, I need to treat myself. So let's go ahead and start in my bedroom and doing all of that. So again, I hope that you enjoy this video. I have ripped up the paper, and I'm trying to see if it will pick up on camera. But I don't know if it picks up, but there is actually like a yellow line that's right in this area from where I had that painting above my bed. It's kind of right here as well. So don't know if that was from the humidity or just the sunlight coming in or what that was changing the color and everything. But now that I have the wall, I'll have it pulled off and everything pulled away pretty much from the wall. I kind of want to paint it since I have everything pulled away. So right now I'm going to focus on cleaning the wall and cleaning along the floor because there's a lot of hair back there. And I think I'm going to paint against my better judgment. But I think I want to paint it just so that way I get it done. So I'll be back. I'm going to go get the stuff to clean the walls, and I'm just going to go into the kitchen and get my Dawn dish soap water concoction and wet rag. Actually, I think I'm just going to do a bowl with Dawn dish soap and water and do that, and then do a bowl of water, a couple bowls of water just to rinse it all off and everything. And then paint, which is going to be interesting because it's going to be interesting. I'm trying to decide, I'm like, do I want to paint it the wall color, like the white, because I got that other one. I'm just going to paint it that blue color, and if I have to, I will come back if I don't like it like that. But again, I want to do some stuff to it, but I want to put it on the wall and see if I really like it. It's paint. It can be painted over again. So I'm gonna move these plants a little bit more out of the way and get that stuff more out of the way as well, so that way I can actually get back in there and do the stuff that I need to do. Don't know if I'm gonna be sleeping in this room tonight. I did not. I slept half the night on the front couch last night, and then I came in here around 5 a.m. and slept until 8:30. So it is what it is, but the kittens are getting their first round of construction. Actually, no, not really. I'm trying to think. I think they were in here when I was doing the green bedroom, or the spare bedroom. Anyways, I'm gonna come back and do some cleaning, but I'm gonna go get some supplies and everything first. Bowl of soapy water. I did like 3 pumps from the pump on my thing, 2 or 3 pumps of soap and hot water. And I'm gonna start over here in this corner. Cats are everywhere. I may have to shove them out and lock them up, or put them in a different room, like shut the door to this room while I'm doing this. So, because they're getting annoying. Go lay with your brother. And now that the wall has been hit with soap and water and then water, I'm going over with the duster. And there were actually a couple spots here that I felt that they were tacky, where the duster was actually like sticking to the wall. So I went and grabbed a wet rag and I just wiped it up a little bit more, and didn't feel tacky anymore. So I continued on and all of that. And I will be here in a moment to show you the can of paint that I'm using. It is the Sherwin-Williams Emerald line, and I've used this paint throughout the entire house pretty much, and it's expensive, but I like the quality. It does a very good job and all of that. And the most people, if you're starting off just painting and never painting and doing two colors like this, I would suggest using painter's tape and taping along the other wall that you're not going to be painting to make sure you get the line quite right. I've been doing painting for a while and I have a fairly steady hand, so I was okay with the cutting in, and I did a fairly straight line. And luckily there was only one spot with a roller that I got a little crazy with, and I'll come back at some point and touch up the white paint at some point. But the paint this day was actually drying very quickly. It was very dry outside, so it helped with the paint drying fairly quickly, which is not normal here. It's usually very humid. And it's also been probably about 8 years since this wall has been painted. And if you can hear a cat, that's Jack. He is walking all over my desk right now. But it's been about in between 5 to 10 years, so about 8 years since the last time I painted this blue wall. So I really think that it was actually, the paint was just soaking in because the wall was dry, but also that it was very dry outside as well. And I did have my windows open on this day just because I was painting, and with the cats and all of that, not that this paint has a lot of odor to it, but I just wanted to, be extra careful on all of that. So first thing I'm doing is cutting in, then I'll go and get the roller and all of that and start rolling the wall. And then I will wait. I think I waited about 2 hours, and then I came back and did a second coat on the wall with, did the trim work and then the roller. And then the next day, the third day, I just had a few areas to touch up that the roller didn't quite get in. Mostly it's where there were like nail pops or something like that wasn't really pops. They were kind of like dug in, and the camera during this whole time is awful. I apologize, because the sun coming in the windows and all of that, it was not, you can see where I'm struggling to get the paint on, and it's drying very quickly, and pretty much like by the time I get to the end of the wall, this beginning part is already dry. I'm not used to that living in Houston with the humidity and everything. So, but it's going on. Oh, it looks almost like the other color wall, but it does definitely get darker, and that's kind of what I wanted, where it was a medium toned blue, but still kind of on that beachy side of things, because I do like that, not overly beachy with the seashells and beach sayings and all of that, but the color scheme of the beach and the blues and the whites and tans and the like rose colors and stuff like that. So very liking it so far. So but let's go ahead and get finished with this. On this day, earlier in the day, I actually came in and put a bead of caulk on this blue wall, basically along where the baseboard meets the floor. And as you can see way back there in the back corner on the white wall, you can see a gap between the baseboard and the floor. I still need to do the rest of the room, but I was like, you know what, let me just get this wall done, and we'll figure out the other walls at another date. Now we are just coming through and trying to do the cleaning the mattress, rotating the mattress, cleaning everything up, trying to move it back so that way I can actually go sleep on this bed this night. And trying to just start working on cleaning up the room. And this was Monday, so I really didn't have a lot to do, and it's already, I think, almost 8 o'clock at night on this night. And so I wanted, maybe it was 4, I don't know, I already had the drape shut and everything, so it was already dark. So now I am trying to rotate the mattress, and all the cats are playing, because it's a toy. Everything's a toy with cats. And it's for those of you that enjoy watching the cats, here they are. So I think right now I'm trying to say that the mattress pad is in the dryer right now, so I'll bring it out and start making the bed at some point, but it is in the washer or dryer at this point. So cat's going crazy and everything, and Tay trying to chew up a box, and that has my rug, and so Binks being the cutie pie. Yes, so now we're starting up with the making the bed and getting it done, and of course always have cats on the bed when I'm making the bed. So anyways, so that's what we're doing right now. Just trying to get at least the bed made so I can actually sleep here tonight and not on a couch or on the mattress without it quite being made and everything. So and then we will come back later through the week and try to work on it when I can, like the rest of the room, by deep cleaning the fan and the curtains and all of that type of stuff. So we will get there at some point, but it takes some time to do all of this when you are working a full-time job. And even those that don't work full-time, you have kids, it takes some time. Don't obsess that you need to get it done in one day, because more than likely you can't, unless you just absolutely have nothing else going on in your life. But if you have a life, whether it's work, kids, cats, whatever, it's time to always factor in that it's going to take about, 5 times, 10 times longer than you think it actually is going to take. my goodness, was that fan and that tree so dusty that, oh my goodness. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of start making the bed, and I am actually tomorrow going to be washing my linens and everything. So I'm like, you know what, the dust only fell on the bottom part of the bed, so I am okay with sleeping in the bed tonight with that. Plus I forgot to take allergy medicine last night, so we're just going to be all kind of sneezy and everything today, but so far so good. But I am going to be this is the actual cleaning part of the video, where we are deep cleaning everything, including cleaning walls and windows and floors and dusting and all of that. So it's been a couple days since I dusted some the nightstands and everything, but I came back and dusted again. First, I'm using just a regular dust cloth, a microfiber cloth, just to dust and get the stuff off, and then I'm going to come back with a cleaner that has some Mrs. Meyer's honeysuckle in it and water, and use that to clean the surfaces and everything. And then we will come back and start vacuuming, and we'll clean the walls and the floor. I'm getting ahead of myself. Then we'll come back and start vacuuming the floors, and then I will pull out my mop, my spin mop, and we will wash down the walls. We will also clean the floors, and then finally, the final touches, we will be putting the rug onto the floor, and the room will be done. So that is all what's going on right now. And a cleaning tip for those of you that have never done this before: if you have animals and you have light shades or lamp shades, get a either lint roller or lint brush or something like that, and clean your lampshades that way, because it works miracles on getting the cat hair off of the shades and everything. So eventually I will be back on this one wall along that one dresser. I will be putting up the pictures. I just need to go and find the nails in the garage, and I keep saying I'm going to go do that, and I haven't done it yet. So it's I dread, because I'm I have to get them all level and all of that type of stuff. So it's one of those tasks where I'm oh my gosh, I really don't want to do this, but I know it needs to be done. But I'm loving the color on the wall. It is nice and refreshing and bright, and right now I'm okay with it being the way it is. I may not add anything else to it. Some of the things that I was thinking about adding were maybe painting birch trees or a tree or something like that, but I'm but now with the two trees that are up there, it kind of it makes it not need it and everything. Some other things that I am going to get are a new blanket to put at the end of the bed, and just to match it, and the pillows that are in the chair, I'm going to get new pillow covers, because one is broken. The zipper just completely fell apart, and I can't zip it up and everything. But I just changed the color because they're more of a seafoam, and looking for more of the turquoisey type thing. So, and the blanket is more of a ice blue and not what I was thinking of. So we will, and then I have a blanket that has pink that's on the ottoman, so might be changing out the one longer pillowcase that's up there with the little diagonal or diamonds on it, and do that. But eventually I'm putting the cats out so I can finish cleaning. It's just that Cookie snuck in one time when I went out to get one of the vacuum attachments, so I had to collect him so I could get him out so I could finish this room without having cat hair everywhere. But we are going into the final stretches, but there's still a lot to do, because there's cleaning, and I'm trying to vacuum all the hair off of the bottom of the chair and all of that type of stuff. So it's a lot. It's a lot. That's why I'm just so happy to have it done. And unfortunately, every room in the house needs to have this amount of work done to it. So that's where I'm saying it is the inch by inch, it's a cinch type thing, where focus on one room or one thing. So this actually took me, I started on Saturday when I started. Was it Friday or Saturday? I can't remember. On folding the laundry. Then Sunday was when I pulled up the wallpaper and painted the wall Monday, Wednesday, and now it's Saturday where I'm doing all the finishing stuff, and I was sweating up a storm. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the shirt, but I was sweating while doing all of this. Even though the house was at 71 degrees, I was just hot and all of that. So I am just trying to get this room done. I haven't even gone into the bathroom to do that. That's a whole nother separate room that needs to be cleaned and all of that. So we'll get to that eventually. The shower needs to be cleaned desperately, and you'll see that at the very end. But, baby steps, inch by inch, it's a cinch. We'll eventually get there and everything. But I am blasting through this, listening to my music, and just trying to have a good time while trying to clean and everything. Now you can tell that I have been doing home improvement type stuff by myself quite often because I figure out how to move furniture and get things done without any help usually. And even though it probably would have been easier to have someone there to kind of help me with this, I eventually did get the rug out. I did have this problem on this leg where it just wasn't laying quite right. Like it felt like it was getting bunched up somewhere. But eventually I think I got it worked out, but it's kind of like still not sure if it is or not. But this is a washable rug. It is the same one, not the same one, but it's the same manufacturer for the one that I have in my guest bedroom. And that one I tested when Kitty was in there. He accidentally peed on the rug, and I kid you not, the water, his pee bubbled up onto the rug, and I was able to get a paper cloth on it to soak it up, and without it doing any damage to the carpet. So, and these are carpets that can go in a washer and dryer, not dryer, but washer. But the I just wanted something kind of neutral not knowing what color the wall was going to be and all of that. And I think it kind of goes well with the room. It kind of warms it up a little bit and all of that. And I will be pulling in a cat tree because I'm replacing the cat tree as well. But yes, I'm able to move my furniture around. I have figured out ways to do the things by myself without much assistance. I will take assistance when I need, but of course, right now I have all of my cat supervisors over here to inspect my work and to make sure I'm putting everything together correctly. And, you know, sometimes they get in the way, but they're all here. They're very excited to have another cat tree, and this is the same cat tree that I have in my front room. I have 3 of them in my front room, and it works. And I do need to get feet for this cat tree to put on the bottom, that one that's sitting on the floor with the cardboard, not cardboard, but the particle board, MDF, whatever it is, facing up, because with the humidity and everything, I need to have airflow going around. So I do need to add some of the cutting board feet onto my Amazon list, and they are about an inch and a half high. So it gets the tree elevated, and it's been working in the rooms so far where I've been using those. So, but yeah, I always struggle with these stupid boxes, and surprisingly enough, I didn't have any cats getting in while I was actually working. The past couple ones that I've put together, I had cats actually get in the box while I'm trying to put bolts and everything in. Once I had the first box done and put it off to the side, Cookie and Tay both got into it and were playing, but they eventually left. But I'm done. It's like I'm at the ending point. I just wanted to get all of this done and get it all cleaned up. And but yeah, so we're almost done. We're almost there. We are done. All I have to do is remove this, and the room is clean. And I still need to hang up the pictures over here, but the room is clean. I really need to do something about the floor over there. Yeah, because it's really coming up. So at some point, I think this year, I'm going to have to redo this floor. And when I redo it, it's going to be stained, just because it seems to be lasting a little bit longer than the paint. So, but I decided to change out the cat tree because the other one, the sisal and all of that, which I could replace, but the actual tree itself was just not it just seems to take up a lot of room. This is at least closer to the wall. However, it does pull out into the doorway a little bit more. But the cats do like to jump up here onto the thing and chase each other, and so they can come down here and jump. So they like to, the black cats are bigger cats. Binks is at 16 pounds the last time we went to the vet. And then we have Sam at 14 something and Jack is at 12. And then Tay, when he got neutered, was 9 or 10 pounds. And then you have Sugar and Cookie, who are smaller cats, and Sugar almost was not, did not weigh enough to get spayed. So she's gonna be a smaller cat, but she's still very long. But the kittens like to share, the older cats like to share the cat trees. So Jack likes to go into the little cubby holes, and he didn't go into the other one very much with the cubby hole. But if I put a little cat bed in there, he might actually go in there into the bottom one, because he does do that in the front room, the one that has a little cat bed in it. But I do remove the balls. The older boys never messed with these, and they would play with them, but they never actually like chewed them off. The kittens have chewed all of them off, so I just preemptively just cut everything off. So we are done. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the room looks like. Again, not a full refresh, but I am just so happy to have a clean room. And the bedding will all get washed tomorrow. I might put the quilt in later today, but I just wanted a clean bed. And like I said, I'll be ordering new pillow covers and blanket, the fuzzy blanket to match a little bit better. And I get the fuzzy blankets because these little kittens like to, I call it blanket nurse, and that's just because they were taken from their mom too early, and so they walk up to the blankets and just start nursing and kneading and doing, you know, they actually, Tay sucks on them the most. But Tay, don't put holes in the back of that. What are you doing? What are you doing, mister? Mm-hmm. So, but let me go put this up and I'll show you around the room and everything. So. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you some motivation to get up and get something done along with me. I meant to just do a deep clean, but we came in and painted a wall. And I absolutely love this color. It is not picking up, at least on the camera, it is not picking up as vibrant as it is. But it is called Jetstream from Sherwin-Williams. And I absolutely love the color. I was looking for a little bit of a bright color. It's still kind of dark in here, but like it's a darker, like medium toned color. So not deep color, but there's, you know, but there's still a brightness to it. So it makes me happy. Having this looks much better, and I'm just happy to have a refresh. And all I need to do is put some batteries into the fairy lights over here, and then we are perfectly good. And change out the blanket and the pillow and everything. Not the cat. That's Binks. But yeah, that's it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this and it gave you some motivation to get up and get something done along with me. Bye everybody. Thank you for those that have stayed, but here's a shot of what the house looks like after working on a room and needing to focus on cleaning. So hopefully in next week's video that you will see, it will be me cleaning the rest of the house. I'm not going to focus on any room because this took a little bit longer, but I do need to focus on cleaning, but I'm going to work on that tomorrow and all of that. But here is a glimpse of what actually is happening behind the scenes of the camera.